In this video, we're just going to have a quick look at the government latest announcement that impacts landlords and tenants in England. You may remember about a week ago, the government announced the continuation of the closure of housing courts in England until the 20th of September, and a blanket extension on notice periods for any grounds for 6 months. Well, hopefully, as a result of some lobbying, there have now been some exemptions to this 6-month notice period that were announced just last night. So the first one is antisocial behaviour. If you can get an antisocial behaviour order on one of your tenants, then the notice period reduces to 4 weeks. In cases of domestic abuse, the notice period can be reduced to 2 weeks. Where there is significant rent arrears, and this is deemed to be 6 months or more, then the notice period is now 4 weeks. This is still not great, but it is a slight improvement on the situation last week where you would have had to wait for 2 months for rent arrears before issuing a notice, and then 6 months before that notice expired before you could even go to court, not then even bearing in mind the delays in court that you would expect as a result of the crisis. There are also other grounds mentioned as well, so making false statement, the notice period can be reduced to 2 or 4 weeks depending on the circumstances, and if the tenant has breached right to rent rules, then the notice period here is reduced to 3 months. So still not great news for those people battling antisocial tenants and those with significant arrears. The announcement also did seem to indicate that if you have a tenant with long-standing arrears, so 12 months or more, then hopefully these cases will be prioritised when courts reopen. So here's hoping that courts do actually reopen on the 20th of September and there aren't any further delays to the opening of courts.